Is that a baton in your pocket?
Welcome back to the Incrustables podcast. I'm Roman.
I'm Logan.
We're recording this on the weekend.
Yeah, we're recording it on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
week 4.
Yeah, I start work Monday, so this is my last
Normal.
no I have a weekend, so weekends are still going to be the same. But this will be my last summer feel like weekend instead of it's the weekend. Weekends over the summer feel like every other day, except your parents or your family's around because they're not working. But the weekends when you have to work on the weekday, oh, so much better. But no. So yeah, today's Saturday. You know what I'm excited about tonight?
What?
Everybody's favorite show on Saturdays. It's like
I don't know if it's people's favorite shows anymore.
probably not anymore, but
It's kind of gone downhill.
yeah, but no, they had really
They
good.
had some.
The last couple times they've had really good. Okay, they do strive for a political target just because that's all they
That's
can do,
what's
and it's
popular at the moment.
what they're doing. But no, they've had some really good hosts. Also, yeah, back in the
The
day,
season just ended, dude.
if you don't know what we're talking about Saturday Night Live, but it did.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson was the host
Oh,
for the finale
does it restart when?
after summer.
Oh, I was excited for it
Yeah,
tonight.
I know.
Why didn't you tell me?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, but they had what was his name? The guy with the big forehead.
Walton
Yeah,
Goggins.
Walton Goggins. No, his
Oh, yeah.
his skits were good. I'll say this:
What's the first? What's the second thing we should put on our constitution? Guns.
guns. Yep. I'll say this: I think that people are more into the host than the actual actors
It
now.
never used to be that way.
No, back in the day, it was the host was there, but they were excited for Sandler, like the stereotypical people. That's what
But
made
like,
it funny.
it was also like when Pete Davidson was there, when he's still kind of there, but not
But
really.
not really. But when he was a hit,
Cecily Strong, Kate
um,
McKinnon.
when I guess when what was his name? It's Keegan, the black
Keenan.
Keenan. Yeah, when he was there a little bit more regularly,
I mean, he still
because and he's
is, but
still there.
like,
He's the longest tenured SNL actor.
yep.
But hey, yeah. Welcome to Good Burger. But no, I just wish they went to back to like good people went for the crew and the cast, not just because the host is someone special. Because I guarantee you, if there's like somebody that people don't know, like I went like Bad Bunny went on. I barely know Bad Bunny. I was not gonna watch it because he was on there.
No.
So, but if it was maybe Bad Bunny and it was 1990s when Sandler, Farley, or even 2000s when Hader and um,
Sudeikis
Sudeikis
and
were, I would have been like,
Sandberg.
you're like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
It's that funny. But um,
Recently, it hasn't really been
no, it hasn't been
that
that
big.
great for crew. But what are your favorite SNL moments? If you were
SNL
to,
skits.
yeah, or moments, they're kind of the
All
same
mine are
thing.
either skits or pre-recorded segments.
Yeah, well, there's live skits, and then there's the
Yeah.
pre-recorded, which are still skits. Everything is a skit. Even the monologues are skits because you're bits. So, but you should rank or just say them because there's times where they're funnier than others.
I think. Okay. So my number 5. It everybody knows this one.
I'll say so.
Papyrus,
Papyrus, which is
the Ryan Gosling one about Avatar.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that one was good.
yeah.
That was good.
That's my number 5.
Okay.
My other ones are funnier than
Okay.
that.
Ryan Gosling is at one of mine, but his is probably a 4 for me. I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
My number 5 is a classic. It's not necessarily my 100% funniest, but I quote it all the time. It's when Chris Farley did "Live in a Van Down by the River,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was because it was funny when I watched it, and it was Chris Farley's most lovable like quote, and I missed that part of SNL, so I just gotta put it up there.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
What's your 4, buddy?
What's up with that?
What was that one?
It's like making fun of game shows, kind of.
Oh,
And it's hosted by Keenan, and they
hmm,
have like a bunch of celebrities on there. Like they had Paul
what's
Simon
up with that? Okay,
and stuff.
that does remind me of when.
It's stupid. I'll show you that
That
after.
reminds me of the Black Jeopardy that Keenan did with Tom Hanks. I like that one. That was
I'll show you
okay.
one of them after this.
Okay,
It's during
my
my
number
peak.
my number four is the Beavis and Butthead trial because man,
None of mine are recent ones.
even though no, yeah, some of mine are go mine some of mine go back. They're not go back, but they're pretty good.
I think all of mine are
Yeah,
technically in
I think the guy who's not playing Ryan
good
Gosling
era.
was funnier just because he had a stare. But I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Mikey Day.
Mikey Day, which was
He was up ahead.
Mikey Day was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your number three?
The Californians.
What's
They're
your
my number.
third?
They're my number three.
I never
The
had.
other two are so phenomenal.
Excuse me, I have to sneeze.
God damn it,
I,
dude.
out of all the times in recording, it's right
No, I
now.
had to sneeze.
Really?
Yeah, I got
Are
a little
you? It's like
tingle.
a hiccup. No, not a hiccup, like a yawn where they have to share.
I got a tingle in my
Man,
nose.
I'm forgetting what was my number two. I think I
That is your
had.
number three.
No, I know, but I had. Yeah, well, I had this one placed at maybe three, but I think I might have to. Are you putting the microphone in your throat?
I'm bored.
Oh, dude, get up! I'm talking. I'm letting you talk.
You were taking too long.
I'm thinking. Well, okay, I had this one, but I didn't want to put it there. I don't know. It's man. Okay, it's a mix of. I really like the Harry Potter one back in the 2000s, where Hermione came back with the growth spurt, and Hagrid's like, "I'm gonna go tame my dragon." You have a dragon now? Nope. I thought that was clever.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your banging?
Laser Cats. That's my number two.
That's good.
Number two.
There's so many of them though. That's why.
Only one thing better.
In my opinion, I know what my number one is. My number two
All
is
your opinions are gonna change.
if you do my number one. Okay, my number two is the Californians, which three and two are kind of they have definitely better times. There are parts in Californians on your number three that are number two level.
No,
Yeah,
everything in Laser Cats was number two.
not as funny as some parts as like, dude, you're gonna tell me that what are you doing here? And Bill Hader breaking so much character.
He
Oh,
always broke character.
I
That's
know,
Bill
but
Hader's
like,
thing.
get over the 05. Like, come on. They got Chris Martin, not Chris Martin, not Coldplay. They had
Mick Jagger.
no Martin.
They had Mick Jagger on
Yeah, they had Steve Martin do the look in the mirror at the end. Like, that's
Was he
impressive.
in that one?
Yeah, he was like maybe the fifth episode, and he's like, "Yeah, bro," and he looked in the he looked in the mirror at the end. I love
They had
that
Josh
one.
Brolin on there too.
Hmm.
They had a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, but Laser Cats.
Okay,
One of them
what's
was
your?
directed by James Cameron,
I know
and one of them was Steven Spielberg,
you're right. Okay,
and it had Elton John.
what is your number one?
Dear Sister.
The hold on. I'm trying to remember that one.
No,
Hold on. Let me look it up.
oh,
There's a picture with it.
it has Bill Hader, Andy Samberg, Shia LaBeouf, Kristen Wiig, Jason Sudeikis, Fred Armisen.
Oh, that classic one. The guns, yeah.
Where they just keep on killing each
Oh yeah,
other.
that one was really good. Okay.
That
This
one,
is not a skit,
oh, it's so good.
but you know this made us laugh every time. Anything with Stefan in it is my number one. If I were to watch the weekend
Stefan.
update and This new club is called Ooh
Spicy.
Spicy. Makes those. What do you call a midget when it comes into contact with a peppermint? Captain America's shield, like something like that. I can't tell you the many times I've laughed at that. Yeah, even though it's not a skit, but it is a skit. It's not a recorded skit.
Mine were peak.
Stefan was peak.
He's an honorable mention.
He's higher than all those guys. He and yeah,
Maybe Papyrus.
yeah, he's funny. Out of all the multiple times that Stefan made us laugh, it is funnier than Papyrus.
Oh yeah.
Papyrus is funny.
My other
Okay.
four?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Peak.
My opinions did not change.
They will
They won't.
when you see what's up
I
with
might
that.
put. No, in my opinion, I think Papyrus is better than What's Up with That.
You don't even know what's up with that is.
What?
You don't even know what it is.
What it? I'll still say it. I'll still say it. I still think him highlighting Avatar and changing it to Papyrus was funny as
He
hell.
didn't change anything. It's just what it was.
Oh my god. No, but he like wrote Avatar and he's like, I realized. I think that one was funny. Man, it's just my opinion.
Your opinion's wrong.
Your opinion sucks.
Bitch.
Mhm. You know what?
What?
There's no. Do you know how to answer your question? There's no baton in my pocket. I meant to say there was a baton in my pocket. Damn it. We had this bit planned. I was gonna say, no, I'm just happy to see you. But no, after this argument, you know what? There is a baton in
You
my
know
pocket.
what? There is no baton.
I meant to say there is.
Yeah. Okay.
Answer your question. There is a baton in my pocket. Oh my gosh, I've never landed this one. I've never landed these ones right before yet in a while.
Yeah, you've been struggling recently.
Either time or just blatantly saying it. I was supposed to say it the right. I was actually saying it the right way. I was on the way to saying it correctly. But
You know what?
there is no going. No.
Um,
I'm saying it so
okay.
okay. Not happy to see you, but no. You know what's something that I'm not necessarily happy to see?
What is that?
Okay.
What?
Do you know about like this whole AI thing of Grok? You know what Grok is?
Grok.
Yeah, it is something. Every time I think of I think of Gronk, the football player.
Yeah.
But it's this.
Rhymes with Grug.
It's not far off. Gruh gruh. No, it is this AI assisted. It says by X AI. I don't know if it's a Twitter thing, but it's this basically personal thing. Yeah, it was an initiative by Elon Musk. It was this. It's basically like ChatGPT, but talks
Okay.
to you. Anyway, whenever I was doing anything that I needed help with, I would go to my dad. Okay, picture this: you're a kid, you don't know something. What do? You ask your parents. At least me, I didn't grow up. For our generation, I didn't grow up always relying on the internet. I did for like school stuff because now like my parents don't know that. But if my parents know stuff, or I think they'll do, I'll ask them like, "Well, what's this?" or "How do I do this?"
I feel like I
Recently,
did the same thing until I was able to get a phone, which I wasn't technically allowed a phone until I was in like sixth or seventh
same.
grade.
Yeah, I didn't do it until I was
My
13.
dad always got me like a phone
Actually,
from
no.
Walmart that
Yeah.
had minutes on
Well,
it, but that
yeah. Well, I did
didn't do
have a
much.
phone. I had an iPhone 5C, which was the C meant for color. It was weird. It came like blue, red, black, white, gray. I can't remember, but they were ridiculous. No social media. All I had was text and call.
Yeah, that's all mine.
Yeah,
That's all
necessity.
mine had.
I was able to get social media when I was 13. My mom said, once you're a teenager, you can have it.
My mom told me that I wasn't allowed to have Instagram till I was like 16,
16. Didn't you?
but I got it when I was like
Yeah, I was like,
13,
me and you got it around the
and
same
I
time.
just like hid it from her.
Yeah, it's not that hard. But anyway, recently my dad has been in love with Grok. He's a random guy. No, I don't know what is with him, but it's like a kid with a new toy. He's. I mean, I get it. He's fascinated.
I mean, it's.
He's
I mean,
no.
AI
He's
is a
in
cool
September.
concept.
In September, he'll be 64 years old.
Hmm.
So he's lived a lot of life without technology. And yeah, we've had maybe AI stuff, so like Siri talk, and he's responded to Siri, but Siri's very limited. She doesn't talk with much detail, or she'll do that stereotypical, here's pictures of spaghetti when it's Serengeti, whatever. I was trying to write, I knew how to write an email to an architectural firm to work there, and my dad's like, just ask Grok. Like, and then yesterday, he got a text from one of his friends. She does some like bakery stuff, and he's like, "Could you help me write something for her?" Like, she's like starting a website, so she's like, "I need a customer like sentence or whatever," and I'm gonna. He like looks at me. He goes, "I'm gonna ask Grok to write a two sentence for like sentence like saying of how I like these treats and cookies, but I want to come back for more." And he types it in, and Grok's like, and it's almost cringy because it's a human voice sound, obviously, but he's like smiling and laughing, like he's so giddy about it, and it freaks me out. Like not like oh, but really weirds me out and creeps me out because he's so into using this technology.
That's just really surprising. Knowing your dad, no offense to him,
No,
he's the biggest talker I've
no,
ever met.
couldn't make a sentence. Yeah,
That
yeah, but I'm like, Dad, I'm like, I know how to write emails, I know how to write stuff, but he'll just talk about it. He's like, I just love this stuff. I'm like, I get it. It's cool.
you're gonna be writing a script, he's gonna walk in and be like, "You should use
Grok for
Grok."
no. I've told him, I said, I'm not relying on AI bullshit for this. And I'm not calling it bullshit because it doesn't work. It does. I'm still like learning, and we're all learning. He's learning. Everybody's learning in something in their life. I don't believe that you should be always dependent on artificial intelligence for simple stuff. I get it if you're using for like a stupid math thing that you're not going to use again. Sure,
Fine.
I do that all the time.
Yep.
Write me an English essay. I know how to. That's the thing. When you're struggling with something that you already know how to, but you're crunched on time and you just want, like, I did it this year for college.
Oh, I do it all the time.
He, this is just a side note how much I hated this thing because I
Like,
talked about
okay, I didn't. If it was like a paper that I had to write,
it. Mm-hmm.
that's when I didn't do it
Yeah, if it
because they
was,
they have like
yeah,
detectors and stuff.
I
So I'm not
needed
gonna
to.
do that.
I'll use we or Roush. Remember when Roush made us use ChatGPT to like?
No,
Hmm?
see, I didn't do anything in
Okay,
that
you're
class,
right.
dude. How
Okay,
would I
okay.
remember it?
One English teacher, I think either when Keller, we were in Keller's. That was the first time AI was actually being introduced
That's
in
true. AI
general,
was new.
and which is really weird because now it's everywhere. And we were still around in high school when it wasn't a thing. So they told us to use it, but not as your answer, but as a way to see how it's phrased. So tell chat or tell AI to write you an essay, write you a paragraph. Look how it is. Is it like check AI? And if AI is good, kind of use that as a formula. Don't use that as a cheat sheet. Well, as a cheat sheet, but kind of like a open note quiz. Use that how to phrase your stuff, but then word it your way. That's fine. That's a respectful way. But the way my dad's been using Grok is if it's like a genie in a lamp. Swear to God. And it's almost bothering me that if next time I'm having like a serious problem, I'm like, Dad, why don't you know this? Like, I'm like, what?
Hey, Grok.
Hey, I'm like, hey, Grok, why does my dad not know? No. But like seriously, it makes me a little upset because I know I'm an adult now, so like
Yeah, but
I
it's still
with
nice to have somebody
it's nice to
to go
like,
to,
and
like,
it's like
for like advice.
it's your parents.
Yeah.
So if he's gonna at least be honest, like you know what, I don't know, look it up. That's the most honest thing, and I'll be happy with that phrase. Not you should ask Grok. I was like, my name's Roman, and I'm your son, and you're my dad. Grok's not a person. Leave him out of this. But
Leave Grok
yeah,
out of this.
leave him out of this.
Keep keep
Keep Grok's
Grok's
name
name
out
out
your
your
fucking
fucking
mouth.
mouth.
I gotta quote that in front of him. No, but it like,
It's so stupid.
I just was thinking about it, and I mean, it made me think about like maybe other parents. And I don't think other parents are gonna be like this. Some might, but like a kid. I mean, a kid, 4 or 5. Take Holden or take somebody who's young. Anybody, preschool, kindergarten. They're gonna ask their parents, "What's this?" Imagine always their answer is, "Ask AI, ask Grok." Like,
Well, with Holden, his thing is he'll ask somebody multiple times,
and they'll
and then
still
that
answer.
person will get annoyed
Yeah,
and
well,
be like,
that's
"Can you just stop?"
yeah.
And then he'll go to Alexa and be like, "Alexa, what's this, and this?"
Did you unplug it?
No, I changed the name.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, yeah, to whatever it was.
Ziggy. It's on.
Say hello. Okay, that's cool. German, Alexa.
Australian.
Oh, really? That's
Yes.
right.
All of my AI is Australian.
Yeah, hi. But no, that's fine. I mean, if a kid's doing that and you're asking him multiple times, I've done that. You've done that. Every kid's done it. Either just being stupid and not actually hearing the question or answer. But this is
Holden's thing is sometimes he doesn't even go to ask the person. He's just in his room and you just hear Alexa.
he's just
He
yeah,
just he just starts doing it.
but I don't.
Like why?
Okay, I don't necessarily like that, and I don't want to dive deep into like what I believe is like wrong with society. But if you were to like,
There's a lot.
but if you were to think about this, just blatantly, okay, don't look like that one dog meme on Instagram where he's just
I
eyes closed in the sun. No, but think about this.
want to be like him.
But dude, me too. I wish every day
Me when I leave for vacation tomorrow.
just just sun, breeze, peace. But think about this. One thing that I feel like is a big problem in just how people are growing up. I mean, look at the news. When someone does a violent thing or someone just does something stupid, what's one question that you're like you should like most people ask? Like if a kid does something wrong, what's or is doing something, what's the number one question most people ask?
Why is it wrong?
No, if they
It's a
see,
valid question,
yeah, no, if they
but
know it's
why?
wrong, no, if they know it's wrong, okay, say this: a kid is running around with that's not something to gulp about. If a kid's running around, it's like bullying or doing something violent. You know that's wrong. What's like a question? Like by himself.
Why did I do that?
Oh my god. Here I like
My brain doesn't function anymore.
okay. The number
I'm
one
on
question
vacation. It don't
the
work.
number one no, the number one question most people ask is where are the parents? When a kid's going out, not the movie with Ben Stiller. No. What meet the parents. No. But like
Meet the Fockers.
little fuckers. No. When a kid like I know it's just my household, but I've seen it a couple of times. I feel like on Instagram I'll see comments if there was like a gun shooting or whatever, and there's this kid. Every time I always say like, "Where are the parents? What are the
Like
parents?"
Harambe.
Yeah, exactly,
9 years ago.
exactly. I know. Yesterday, 9 years ago. I know. Crazy. Exactly the point. Here's my thing. If kids, I know. I love that gorilla.
Miss Harambe. I
That's
didn't
gonna
even
like
know he existed
me
until
neither.
too late.
No, Cincinnati wouldn't even be on like the meme or on the internet map if it wasn't for the death of
Just
Harambe.
Ohio in
No,
general.
Ohio was known because Logan Paul and the Paul brothers. They knew that.
Oh yeah, but like
They're like, I'm from. I was like,
The
okay,
memes about Ohio
yeah.
would not have
That was
fully.
9 years ago. The memes in Ohio came out like 2 years ago. When in Ohio? Like, that was 2 years ago.
No, but without Harambe dying, those might not have
Man.
existed.
Okay.
You never know,
I gotta save Edgar. I'm going back and saving Harambe.
dude.
Let's punt that kid in the lion exhibit. Just somewhere else.
Kill the lion. No, you can't kill any of them.
No, because that lion wasn't known. There's a lot of them. That gorilla. It's hard to get gorillas. Lions, they got plenty of them, dude. Fine. Put
Kick
them in.
him. Uh,
They have to kick them in like an animal that's not going to actually hurt them, but also they wouldn't do any like. Okay, the gorilla wasn't hurting them. So if I wanted to kick them in like the otter exhibit, the otters are gonna be like, "What's that?" And they're gonna be
bam,
like,
bam, bam.
"Yeah." They're gonna do that because they're interested and they're trying to figure out what he is, not that they're harming him. So it has to be in like a I don't know the giraffes. The giraffes.
That'd still be.
The giraffes aren't gonna go. Hmm. They're just gonna look at him and go,
Yeah, and then
"Eat
they're
my
gonna
treat."
shoot the giraffe.
Just kick him in the parking lot.
Just kick him out.
Kick him out. Just punt him out of the front gate.
If I could time travel, I'd run and tackle that little boy so he
I'd
doesn't
punt
fall
him.
in,
I'd punt him in like the
and then
gift
punch
shop.
the mom because she's not paying attention.
Get off your phone or whatever she
She
was
was on her
doing.
phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's probably young. Anyway, but that's my point. That's my point.
I hope the boy is listening to this.
Not
I
the
wish
moms.
you so much pain and suffering.
I knew you were gonna go. I hope. You know what? I hope it's 100 gorillas versus you. One of you.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I
I
don't
don't
care
care
that
if we
you
broke your
elbow.
elbow. That kid broke something. That kid broke bones. Had to. It was like a 30-foot drop. Anyway, that's the number one question: is where are the parents? And if these kids are doing something, that either means the parent told them it's okay to, which that doesn't make much sense because then they're crazy. So if there's bad parents, then that's fine. But if you have parents that aren't educating kids, or in my thing, which what I'm trying to like not protest, but kind of like show is that if you allow an environment for a kid to ask questions, that's like the most healthiest relationship you can be. Classroom. They always say, ask questions. It's okay to have help.
Yeah, and then you raise your hand and be like, "Not now."
Yeah, well, that's funny. Yeah, but
I hate that.
I know
It's like,
parents are doing
I
that.
want you
Parents
to
do
ask
it too.
questions. Blah 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 blah. Not
No,
right now.
no, 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 right now. Yeah,
Ask me after class.
you're like, oh my god. Then I'm lost. But anyway, parents do it too.
I'm not gonna remember after class,
Yeah,
lady.
I need it now. But and I understand there's kids.
No.
There's kids like me and you that have like our attentions not the greatest, so we end up just forgetting it 5 seconds later, and we need it. We need it right now, and sometimes we don't need it, but we just like stimulated. But if you allow a kid to ask questions in a healthy environment, he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do anything crazy or stupid.
Yeah. Well.
It's gonna limit it drastically. You're like, or if it's like, okay, even if it's not something dangerous, if he's trying to understand like a group, I'm not gonna try and point fingers, but there's like, I'm not trying to make a joke about it, but if there's a type of religious group, a type of political group, a type of social group, whatever you want to identify as, if people are going to judge you because they were not allowed to ask questions, adults now, they don't ask questions. So they're not allowing their kids to ask questions. If a kid's educated young enough, they're not going to be judgeful. That's a word. They're not going to be very judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
If you're allowing AI to be like that, you're not going to get better answers. But that's probably the deepest I'll go on this. I was just kind of, that's not really deep. We were just kind of, we turned it around. We're like, kick the kid in the parking lot. So we took that serious.
I hope you have a painful life.
And misery and agony. I hope you hear that monkey in your dreams.
My favorite is like it's the memes where it's like the text is like what the camera, like the person who the camera is saying or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, funny story. I fell in a gorilla
Oh
exhibit
my.
when I was a kid, and the dude turns around, just punches the camera.
He was like, it hurt me. They do like the subtle from the Guardians 2 one, or Peter's like, oh, and the kid is, and the ego's the kid like, it broke my heart to put that, but it broke my heart to jump in that gorilla pit. What?
What? No, no, no. I
No, I
know
know
that
that sound.
sounds
Boom,
bad.
boom, 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 boom. That's my point. But anyway, I just thought, imagine parents, 20 to 30 year olds that are being parents to young kids, and they're trying to ask something, and they have to rely on the internet, which is not helpful in any means, because
No.
it's either going to be run by the media or one sided. Now, it might be more correct on a like somewhat political level, because that's generally where you actually get your information. Because on that side, parents are going to be more wrong if you're talking about politically, because
Yeah,
they're one sided. If you look at government websites,
that's why I like what my parents did.
mhm,
My whole time growing up, they never mentioned anything politics
yeah,
ever until we were old enough to make our own decisions.
yeah, and
And like,
ironically,
I didn't even know my dad's political views until like 2 years ago
yeah, until you for like got
because
back with him.
he doesn't talk about it
No,
at all.
you
Like
mean you shouldn't.
he also, if he does, it's so back and forth. Like
Now, to be
he hates
honest,
this person, he also hates this
now
person. So
that's kind of how that is. Now, I don't know if it's based off of the. I mean, it's probably a two way. The growth that my age with the where politics are. My parents really didn't either. When Obama was running, when Bush was leaving,
Obama.
When Obama was both running, I mean, or even back in 2016, didn't know. They didn't really talk about it. The news was on. They never, when I was in the room, I was young, they never really talked about it. Now I'm 18. Now this crazy government that's going on, it's talked about a
All you hear
little,
about ever.
little bit more. So,
That's why
mm-hmm.
I was talking about this with one of my coworkers at main event. He's uh turning 80 next week. He's a
Wow.
Vietnam vet.
Wow. Next time you see him, tell him thank you.
Love him. His name's Larry.
Oh,
He's in
dope.
the Air Force.
Dope. Is a white guy?
Yeah,
White, I know a couple. I actually, my tailor that I got my suit from
he's pretty sweet.
At Dillard's, he was black. His name was Larry. No, Gary. Regardless. Same, like, funny name. He's dope. Anybody named Larry or Gary has just been, like,
No,
dope
Larry
names.
is super chill.
Yeah.
But he was like, he asked if I kept up with the news or like any of that. I was like, no, I try to avoid politics. I was like, because that 99% of the time leads to arguments. He said, finally, someone understands. He's like, I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about religion. He's like, I don't talk about any of that. I was like, I know,
Well,
right?
he fought for it, so he knows.
Yeah,
He
and he
goes,
doesn't talk about it
it's so funny.
because he knows that it's a
Even
topic
yeah.
that gets
What's
people
funny
upset.
is
So
that he should be the one. He does. He's the most entitled to talk
Larry for
about it.
president.
80. I mean, honestly, the guy
Not that
now is
far off.
almost 80.
Not
No, the
that
guy
far off.
now is almost 80. So,
Larry's he had a
but is he 80
I
and
don't know.
sensible, or is he like, I'm 80 years old?
He's sensible.
Good. That's
Yeah,
fine.
he's
Look at.
so cool. I love Larry.
I mean, look at Dick Van
Go to
Dyke.
main event roughly in the morning times. Laser tag. Larry would always be there.
You know what? I'll come. I'm open on some days in the morning, but I don't think I want to drive out to there and then drive like 40 minutes to my job. But
Yeah, but you can see Larry
is he on the weekends?
pretty much every morning.
Okay, I mean you can go to a morning on a weekend.
We'll figure out time.
Tomorrow morning. No,
I won't be
I
here.
know. I was just blatantly saying it. Next Saturday or Sunday, but that sounds good.
I don't know when he works, so
Anyway, but
because we're not allowed to see other people's schedules.
you're not allowed to. Wow, that's weird.
I know I work next Saturday. I
But
figured it
but
out.
anyway, I just don't think that if AI, and I don't think it's going to be overrun based off how it is, based off of who's in power, and then the regime for
With with
technology.
AI, yeah, the whole job market thing with AI is insane because people are like, AI is going to take jobs
It's
or
not.
whatever. My grandma asked me, she was like, so with your field, is there a chance that AI could take that job away? I was like, I never really thought about it.
For I mean, for audio and
Audio,
sound,
video, and
there's always going to be a bit of error. I mean, in
I
anything.
was like, I never really thought about it, so I looked it up, and I was like, it said no.
Yeah,
It was like AI is actually helping that industry because AI allows new tools to be made. Because
yeah. It's not the copying
in
effect.
Premiere they just added like a
Yeah,
new
yeah, yeah, yeah,
feature
yeah. Same with Photoshop.
where you're able to extend like a
No,
video.
yeah, video or audio.
Yeah, and it does it. I don't think it does audio, but it does
Okay.
video. Um, you're able to extend the clip however long you want, and it will just fill in.
Generate. Yeah, it might
Yeah,
be good or bad, but yeah,
yeah.
most of them are bad on. You see
It's
them on
still
social
in
media.
beta
Yeah,
because they're still testing it, but
yeah, because you see them on Instagram and they're shit.
some, and
They'll,
then there's some that look
you're like, wow.
really good,
No,
and you're like,
my favorite,
how do they do that?
yeah, my favorite, and it's not bad, is they'll take before and after picture, like now pictures and before pictures of like actors, and they'll do that transition of AI.
Some of them are
They
god
look,
awful.
some of them are like, look like the Will Smith spaghetti thing right in the beginning, but some are like, wow, like that's clean. And like that's impressive. And yeah, that's helpful. My field for architecture, I know for sure it will not be taken over
Just
because
design, like
yeah, because
why it
it's a human aspect that you cannot
it
take out.
could hypothetically
Yeah, if you
because it's a design thing.
well, that's one thing where it was helpful back in history, architecture history, back in war times. There wasn't necessarily a level of creativity that could be good because materials were in need, space, so a lot of things were looking the same, and it's very simple. AI definitely could do that. Draw me, they can put it in a software, an AutoCAD or whatever file, like render this up, a small house. But if it's somebody, same as yours, or like English, you know how we were talking about blah 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 inspiration. We architects do that already. They look at previous buildings and they're like, I want it something like this. You could look at AI and be like, I want it something like this. No job's going to take that out. Architecture is 100. It's computers, but always humans doing it because either someone humans always mess up. We're always redlining, we're correcting it. Same with English papers. Fix that wording, blah blah. A robot's always going to do that. It doesn't even matter. You can be 100% accurate on that, but that person's going to look at it, or the architect's going to look at that and go, change it. So no matter what, so at that point, there's no point in why going to a robot when a human's going to do it anyways.
Yeah, I told Tori because she was like, "Why didn't you think of that or whatever?" She was like, "At least my job will never be taken by AI." I said, "I mean, it could."
Yeah, man.
I was like, "Your job could be simpled down to just a vending machine."
No, I mean the only thing that
Pharmacy, like you just put in your like
code and
your code or like
then
whatever
money,
prescription,
yeah.
you put in your
The only thing
insurance
that
card or
yeah, the only thing
whatever,
that won't
and then it'll just
is the only thing it won't is wherever it's being shipped, it'll be flown over by a person and it will be drove over in a truck by a person. At that point, it's going to turn into like UDFs have or Amazon has those boxes that
mm-hmm.
yeah, it's going to turn one of those. Just a big ass
Hypothetically. I don't
yeah.
ever see
That
that
is
happening,
way too
but
much work.
but
In security wise, yes,
it's so much simpler just to have a
a
pharmacist there
person because they have
and
to
being like,
double check.
okay,
Because
boom.
I mean, even now, people always like all you have to do that's also really difficult because all people have to do now is there's no facial, so recognition or whatever. The only thing you have to know is birthday, number, name. Like, can you confirm your birthday real quick? Blah 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 blah. Okay, you're the person. Here's your meds. You already paid for it. Insurance paid for it. If it's gonna be AI, and like scanning, someone could easily look somebody up and then take their medication. And then drugs are everywhere. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to talk about your fentanyl or opioid, that's where it's possible, not better. It's quicker, not better. Same
Yep.
with I think yours is and how architecture is. Quicker, mistakes are still gonna always happen. So just
Yep.
limit it. It's slightly slower. I'd rather that. I'm tired of I think I know we're getting like slightly a different one, but we're rushing into this fact that everything is so efficient, everything needs to be super quick, but mistakes are still going to happen. Like, I mean, look at the trend that society has been since take the 60s. and then take the 1900s to today. From the 60s, we had the rocket. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they always say the amount of chips and computer, whatever, was in the rocket is the same exact amount, if not more, in our cell phones to power it and how it functions. Someone, um, or then look back at 1900 when we barely had electricity, and within 100 years, have artificial intelligence doing stuff or barely humanized, barely human operating systems is crazy. So we're in this thing of we got to keep going. We're going to be more efficient, quicker, quicker, quicker. Mistakes will always still come, no matter what. And yes, there's human error, but at least I think the mistakes are going to be at least less frequent if you have a human taking their time and doing it versus AI doing it, doing it, doing it, and there's a different type of problem. I think it's just, would you rather get used to that problem and fix it rather than, yeah, we're fixing, I'll word it like this. We're fixing, what's it called? Like, it'd be more when someone's like, can you put that somewhere? It'd make it easier for me. Like, what's that word? Convenient. We're fixing convenience. I know, I ask you. That's sometimes how I have to word it. We're fixing conveniency versus problems. If it's slow, that's not necessarily a problem because the work still gets done. We want to make it faster. Oh, there's a different problem that's going to happen.
Okay.
So I think that's just where we're kind of heading. If same with iPhones, cameras aren't necessarily a necessity. Rent or buy a better camera. Something's going to happen, and then there's still problems of virus breaking something. Nothing really changes. Storage doesn't change. Just buy more storage on an older phone.
Yeah,
It's nothing's.
that's
We're not.
valid.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, I think that's a good quote. We're just upgrading a fish, and we're upgrading conveniency and not fixing problems. But anyway, you like dinosaurs?
We should save that.
You want to save the
Yeah,
dinosaurs?
we should save that for.
I know we talked about this for a
Yeah,
little
we
bit,
were
and I do
just.
have a dinner to go to.
Yeah,
But
I was looking at the time. I was like,
how long are we running on?
42.
Yeah, a short one's nice. We go on like an hour and a half knowing you with dinosaurs.
I could. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will
Yeah. Same with music.
commit
I
myself.
stopped it or football. I stopped it and I was like, you know what? If it was about a certain dinosaur or a certain football player, we and you would just go on for a day. But yeah,
Because we talked about Jurassic World in the last one, so
yeah. And that went for a little bit.
yeah,
When it was one like a third of a movie we were talking about we're excited to go see.
yeah.
Wait,
So
what movie's coming out the sixth? Hold on. Wasn't one of them coming out on the sixth of a Friday? Which is the first June. No, it's June, not July. All the important ones are in July.
yeah,
11, 18, 25. I thought there was something coming out June 6th. A movie coming out. Something. I'll look at it. We
uh,
just did this episode about movies that we know are coming out, and we didn't look at anything coming out in June. We're all like, July, July, July.
The Materialist
Oh,
with Chris
maybe.
Evans,
Pedro
Dakota
Pascal and
Johnson.
Dakota
Yeah,
Johnson. I'll wait for that to go on streaming.
I have free tickets to go see a movie
Where?
at AMC,
Oh,
and I said I was gonna take Tori to go watch it
oh,
just
okay.
because it's a rom com and she loves rom coms,
Yeah.
and it has Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans,
I love
so
Pedro Pascal.
I'll watch it.
I love Pedro Pascal.
Okay, yeah, but it was a gift to me and Tori,
Okay.
so
It's just two people, though.
yes,
Okay. Well, if
and
you happen to not see the
it's
materialist,
a $20 gift card as well.
to like food,
Yeah,
you have free tickets and $20 off.
yeah.
Wow. Who got you that gift?
Tori's dad and stepmom.
Okay, so it's definitely for you.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe if you don't see that movie, there's not another movie that really Tori would want to go see with you. She
No,
would not go see Jurassic World with you. She would
no.
definitely.
Me and Jay are gonna go watch that, and maybe you if you want to tag along.
I want to come along with the
If
Jurassic World. Oh yeah.
Jay is fine with that, which he more than likely is. It's
Really,
Jay.
really.
Uh,
No, I don't like him.
what? When did was that Venom? No, you weren't with us for Venom.
I've never seen a movie with Jay. The only movie I've seen with you guys is Wakanda Forever.
I feel like there was a moment where it was me, you, and him, doing something. It was just us.
Yeah, no, there's
And I
moments
was like
where
Uncle Ben, Pete, and Harry just hanging out.
no, yeah, that's happened. That's happened. But he
Maybe it
definitely
was just
didn't.
us getting food.
It had to have been.
Yeah.
No, something what
I think it was me, you, and him. We just went out to dinner, the three of us.
yeah, and I think
He
something
paid.
and I think when we did pictures at the prior to Tori getting there, but I
Tori rode
know
with us.
from the beginning,
Yeah.
didn't I drive from here?
No.
I
You
I
you
drove
drove
here.
here.
That's what I mean. I drove to here. Was Tori already here? I guess.
She might have come after you,
It's like I thought. Remember,
but like
that's one thing I remember.
I
Me,
remember,
you.
You and Jay were in the front, and me and Tori were in the back seats of the
I
car.
remember that. Yeah, no, but I remember at least that's one thing I remember me, you, and Jay doing. But I don't remember another scenario where me, the three of us were doing something.
I don't. It's just a funny
Yeah,
trio.
dude, did we like buy something or
Me, I swear, me, the three of us, we went to like
we didn't see a movie?
Roses or something. We just went to go get dinner.
Oh,
It was just the three of us.
no, yeah, I know, but
It was,
no, I know because it was
uh,
me and you were like talkie, and then Jay was just sitting there.
yeah,
Where was that? Oh, I know. Me and you were. It was not La Rosa's though.
yeah.
I know what you're thinking though.
I don't
You were like, yeah, you boys go get something. I'll just sit there. And then
And
he
that's what
did.
he did.
I know. I know. Speaking of that skyline, when we went with Tori, the old man
That
filter,
was so funny.
the old man filter.
I still have those.
Me, I have the old man filter of me just going.
Jay's.
So weird. You don't find it.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
god!
have
Find
it.
it after the
No,
podcast, dude.
I have it.
They're not gonna see it on the
I don't
podcast.
care. I want to see it
Just
right now.
oh, fine. What do you want me to talk about? Well,
I
there.
don't know. Figure something out.
I don't know.
Dongus.
Maybe I can think about where we ate that one time. Then,
Okay, but talk.
yeah, I'm gonna think and just not say anything because it would make it clear if we were here or was it. No, I don't think we maybe. I don't think we maybe went out. I think we may have picked up food. That's on me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's on me. Dude, he looks like a pile of wrinkles. After I
I
don't
look
know. I
like
think Tori did it. We just didn't save a picture. Well, she did do it.
I look like oh, what's his name?
Let me see. Oh, what's his name?
Did you watch
Actor?
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium?
Oh yeah. Dustin Hoffman. You think you look like Dustin Hoffman?
Him now?
Yeah. Have you seen The Cobbler with Adam Sandler? Dude. Okay.
You could see it.
Jay looks like who voices Mr. Krabs?
He does not look like Clancy
He
Brown.
does a little bit. Turn it again.
He
It's a little like Clancy Brown, just a little bit. Okay.
looks
Colonel
like
Sanders,
yeah, he looks like Colonel Sanders.
and then
You look
me.
like your dad.
I just look like my grandma or grandpa. I don't look like any actor.
What does Tori look like?
She doesn't really change.
No, not really.
No, I don't know an actress. I think
Just in
me
general.
and well, apparently you look like Dustin Hoffman. Me and Tori just look like older versions of ourselves. So that's
I,
something.
I look like but I
I
swear.
think it's the lips though. Anyway, dude, stop looking up older pictures.
Can't.
Do it later. Fix your ADD, ADHD. Just let's finish this now. Anyway, I think what happened was me and you and no, I know what it was. I know what it was. I don't know. I don't know where we got it. Oh my god, it's Gandalf. That's just weird. No, okay. I remember what it was. Me, you, and Jay were coming back from something, and I don't know if he was picking me up from like a parade or something. But me and you and Jay went to go get fast food, and I remember him getting something for himself, and me and you ate, and the three of us ate at the table downstairs.
Was that what it was?
That's what I remember distinctly. We were like, it was really quiet, but we had like Modern Family or the TV was on, something was playing, but the three of us were eating, and like we realized like what he ordered or whatever. But I remember like me thinking about what he ordered because I was just like always wondering what people's orders are is always interesting because they're either me where like you go like the extra and get like the cool thing, or you just get standard. But anyway, what a funny thing to think about. I mean, we did talk about dinosaurs, Jay.
Wow.
Oh my,
Only I'm allowed to make the old
oh my
jokes about.
gosh! I talked about how my dad was old today. You were like knowing your dad. He's a talker. That's a dinosaur.
He is a
I
talker.
know. Okay.
He really is.
Okay.
No one in my family really. I mean,
No.
my mom is with certain
No.
people.
Not even Jay. Jay's definitely not
Jay is
talkative.
not a talker. He can be if it comes to Star Wars or Legos, but
Yeah,
that's
but
about it.
like, he'll go, "Oh shit, I gotta make a call," and that's it.
My favorite blooper
Oh
of all time.
shit, I gotta make a
I wish
call.
I saved all of it.
Yeah. What color? Oh shit, I gotta make a call.
uh,
Too good.
Go watch Spider Man on.
Make this more than 40 views on YouTube. Oh,
Okay,
oh man.
good enough.
Type shit.
Type.
Gotcha. I was waiting all podcast to tell you that. No, because prior to us recording this, prior to us to recording this, you were saying something like, I don't know if it was like, "Are you ready?" or whatever, and we were laughing so hard, and we had to calm ourselves, and it was right before you had to press like play or record, and I was about to say type shit, and then I was like, I'll save that. You remember me
Oh
saying?
my god, I hate you.
Anyway, what a
Uh,
good, funny way to end this ridiculous
uh,
episode. Probably our most serious episode when we're the most giddy and laughable
type shit.
type shit.
Type shit.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. Skibbity
Skibbity bob.
bop.